fractured. Nothing I can do. Nothing I can talk about. Yeah, I'm good. Trained the whole week, which gave me. That's all I needed to, because the doctor said it's all about how much pain you can take, and it can get worse, but it's gonna get fixed anyway. So it's good. It's as best as it can be.
Do you wear any protections?
No. No. They already know what's wrong, so there's no point of protecting it. Yeah.
As you said, you might look up, end up looking like Poha.
No comment.
Just going back to 2 years ago, after the announcement place and ahead of the Springboks, you had spoken about how you guys would not get carried away about what happened. Is that the feeling at the moment? You're more wary of the All Blacks now, second time out?
Yeah, for sure. But we spoke about that experience, and you can never be too comfortable when you play against the All Blacks, And we know they're going to be a desperate team. You've seen after they've lost against us at Bombela Stadium, they've managed to bounce back. That's the quality of a New Zealand team. If you're not at your best on a day, they'll put you away. And also a lesson that we can also learn from Argentina earlier in the championship. Argentina won the first game, and then the second game it was 40 points. So once again, they've got world-class players, and they're well coach side. So on a day, if you're not at your best, they will punish you. And also, especially if you look at the changes they've got now in their team, and you look at that back three, you don't really want to give those guys some space and enough time to make decisions, because they will punish you. They're world-class players. So yes, we did learn from the past, and once again, you can never underestimate an All Blacks team. So, but once again, we've done everything in our power to make sure we're well prepared also for the game.
Sia, can you verbalize how much this means to you? Because obviously, as the doctor said, it's about how much pain you can take. The pain barrier is there. So obviously, this is huge for you. Can you verbalize it?
No, it's huge for the team. It's not huge for me just alone. It's huge for the whole team. We are in a place that we've never been before. As this group in the Rugby Championship, we've never been in this position before, where we've always gone to Australia or won here against Argentina, then go to Australia, lose against Argentina, and maybe get a win in New Zealand. So, and like the Freedom Cup, it's something that we only see it in pictures or when we walk past it. We've never been able to touch it, and it's big. And also coming back to Cape Town as well, playing here after so many years, and there's so much to play for. We can put ourselves in a very good position for the Rugby Championship. We can win the Freedom Cup, again. All the other stuff is, and it's not about me. If I wasn't okay, I wouldn't have played, wouldn't have changed anything for the group. I just really want to play the game. I wanted the opportunity, and the dog gave me the opportunity, but the whole look has been about the team, how much, it's what we've done to get here. And as Coach said last week, it's not being wary of the All Blacks, it's us also putting our front foot forward, because we didn't last week. We had to fight back to win the game. We can't do that this weekend. We have to make sure that we start the way the game they play. The players that they've picked for this weekend, they're clearly showing what they want to do. They want to run the ball, and what are we going to do? And that's what we're trying to focus on. What are we going to do as a team to make sure that we start far better than it was last week, and then we see how it looks after 60 minutes.
Peter?
Okay. Sia, how reassuring is it you had the youngsters, Apelele and Sasha running the track to show last week, but now you can fall back on guys like Willie and Andre. Just how reassuring is that to the team going into this crunch match?
I think it's exactly. I think you all remember Coach Rassi was quite open when he first started with the first meeting we had. He said he wanted to win transformation and squad depth, and he said he can only do all the other two. You have to win first, and that's where we've been pushing this year. And he's open and honest with the team, and he speaks and he wants to give players opportunities to play, but it's the best way to do it now while you're winning. And the way that you can see Sasha and Fassi and them, they probably have like 4 or 5 games, but 3 of those games, one a game against the All Black, one game in Australia, and that's where you test it the most, and that's what we're trying to do. And it's so awesome that Sasha has been able to do that and run the team and control, and he's been the general. Fussy, he was in the group, he went away, and the coach was honest with him. He did everything that the coach asked him to do in the club level. Then he came here, got his opportunity, and you saw what he did last week. And everybody knows Fussy is not broke, but the coach is trying to make sure that everybody gets a fair opportunity. But we as a group are so proud, guys that have been here for long and guys that are coming in, to see that whoever is put in, that's what you want as a group. If somebody falls, that nobody panics, that it doesn't matter who's coming in, and that's why I always say our biggest competition, our biggest pressure is within amongst each other, not the opposition, because I know if I don't pitch up for 1 second, Marco van Staden will take his opportunity. But you won't see that when you see me and Marco. We're amazing people because we're good friends, because we know the team is the most important. But when I get my chance, I must take it with both. And when he gets his chance and he's playing, then I become Adi Savia against him every single training, because I want him to be special. So that's what we're trying to build as a group. And we are fortunate that the players that have been selected, we just respond the way that we do, because we know me and what I want is not more important. The group is, because what I want, when I'm finished, I'll be gone. But at least I know I've given my best, and the next guy that's coming in is always going to be good and take it to the next level.
Ross?
Yeah, the last time you guys played here in Cape Town, it was Evan's 100th against Wales. It was an incredible atmosphere. Tomorrow, I'm sure there are going to be a lot more All Black supporters than there were Welsh at that time. But are you expecting a very similar type of crowd, amazing atmosphere, and just a great occasion?
Yes, I am expecting a great occasion, and we want obviously as many South African supporters but we respect everybody that's coming to watch. We've seen people that flew in from New Zealand, and I think Coach Rassi explained it in one interview. We have to respect everybody. There's reasons behind everything, and it's nice that those stuff is explained to us, why it is like that, and we respect that, and we just want to go there and play as best as we can for everybody, because people pay to come and see us, and we're not going to play, and we want to people, hopefully 1 or 2 people can turn after the game and support us again. But we have no bad feelings, especially after things have been explained by people who lived during the time and things were. So we do understand that, and there's no hard feelings. As long as when we play someone else, they support us.
Coach Sia speaks about the team not being in this position before. How important do you think it is to not get too carried away and to keep a cool, calm head and get the job done?
Sure. I think it's very important, and since the previous weeks you hear when we talk about we want to develop our game, we want to get better in how we do things. Remember, we've got a new personnel in our coaching staff, so there are certain things that as a team we always want to build in our game, and it's clear and open that you can see even on attack how we're operating under Tony Brown. It's something that is totally different to what we normally used to in the past, and it's actually a nice challenge. And I know one thing for sure: coaching staff and the players will be excited with what the other coaches are bringing on the table in our system. So you can never relax, not when you play against the All Blacks. And I think the key thing from my side, like Sia touch on it, we've never been in a position like this in the past, where you've got a chance. You know how difficult it is to win the Freedom Cup away from the All Blacks, because remember, you need to win 2 games to get it away from them, do you understand? So yes, we've been doing well against them, winning 1 game, and then they win the 1 game, and then they return that Freedom Cup. It's very special trophy, and if you look at where we are as a country, for example, 30 years of democracy, I think that trophy speaks volumes into what we stand for as a Springbok team currently. So yes, we spoke about it, and just once again, I know we haven't played a lot of games against the All Blacks here in Cape Town. The last one was in 2017, and now if you look at a team and what we stand for, I think it's the timing of bringing the game back into Cape Town. Like I said, once again, we respect people's opinion, but I know I've got friends that I grew up with, that also used to tell me more about the All Blacks, but I know some of them now, they're in our corner, do you understand? So that's the best we can do. We are given an opportunity to make a difference between the 4 lines as coaches and players, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. it's gonna be a great vibe. It's gonna be a great occasion. Once again, I think Ross, you touched on the last game we played here against Wales. That was one of the special crowd vibe, you know, in Cape Town. So I know one thing for sure. We're playing at home. I know our people will be behind us, and we'll do everything in our powers to make sure that we at least give them a taste of that Freedom Cup.
Sia, the All Blacks have made a change to their back row. Ethan Blackadder's injured and Wallace Satiti comes in. What do you know about Wallace and what do you expect from him this weekend?
No, he played for the Chiefs, right? And they obviously Blackadder is probably he's good. Like it reminds me of Peter Steph. Like he's everywhere on the field. He works really hard. I think with Satiti, I think he's also very young guy and he's gonna get his opportunity. He's gonna throw himself in battle. He's gonna attack. But to have a guy like Sam Kane and Ali Savi, I mean, who else would you want to be playing? You know, your cap with, and I think they will be in his ear the whole week, encouraging him. So I have no doubt that, you know, we're gonna have a challenge in our hands, especially in the breakdown. It's gonna be it was a challenge last week, but I think this week will be even more.
Rob? Have you asked me?
Just to see from the outside looking in, it looks like something special is brewing with this group of Springboks. And you know, you've almost been likened to that All Blacks team that dominated for over a decade, where they're winning games that they're not supposed to be winning. Will this game tomorrow be a stepping stone towards that promised land?
Well, I don't know what, like I don't know, for us it's been the same. We've been trying to reach the same things, but this is different for us. It's a challenge that we have for ourselves, and we spoke about before doing back-to-back big games. We couldn't do it against Ireland. Now it's another opportunity, but obviously now there's so much on the line for both teams, and we really want to win the Freedom Cup. And there's so many things the first team to win for. All that matters, we just need to win. Nothing else matters. We're not thinking that's all. We just want to win the Freedom Cup.
Movie?
Sia, just yesterday you and Coach Sik was spotted yesterday on the Springbok women's side. I know you and Nadine Lewis were sort of together. Can you just tell us what you guys were doing exactly in the roles? I know it was a Springbok double header, obviously.
Yeah.
So we just touch on that, please, as well.
No, we just we went to go watch the ladies train, and I went earlier. I was in the meeting with them, had a chat with them because they support us a lot. They support us all the time, you know, and a lot of them, we grew up in the same areas. One of them played in my club with me, and I know what it's like. Well, I don't know what it's like for them, but I've also struggled a little bit, and I know how the women's game is obviously developing, but it needs a little bit more of us as men to be there, supporting, talking about it, so that they can get to the level that we are in. But obviously, rugby is a tough sport to start playing. It needs a lot. You need a little bit of money. You need a little bit of boots, and we're playing in thorny fields and all that kind of stuff. You need grass. Where soccer, you can just play in the street, you know. So went and we watched them train, and then I really love the way Nadine plays, and I have so much respect for her. And I don't think she's seen, there's a lot obviously, but I don't think that she's praised enough, because I saw what she did in the sevens. I was small. I mean, we swapped jerseys yesterday. A jersey is so small. I told her it looks like a sample size. She said that I was giving to my daughter or my son. So we just we really wish we can do more with them, because they're getting better and better each time. And to think of where they started, and that's what I was telling them. You know, the other teams might be way more developed than you, but you're not playing for yourselves anymore. They might not reach, like as we say, the promised land for them, but the next generation of women might reap the rewards of what they do. So they're already doing well, qualified for the Olympics, you know, and now they're gonna be playing the W15, which I'm hopefully gonna bring my whole family to go watch them. I think, yeah, it is important that we celebrate them a bit more, and then we talk about them about a bit more, so their game can also grow.
Justin?
Yeah, sorry, just on that note, surely having them play on Saturday is a curtain raiser ahead of the box at the HL Stadium
Yeah.
is a step in the right move.
100%.
Because you now have a sold-out stadium, well, that's debatable, but a capacity big stadium that will have people there hopefully early enough at 1:30 to watch them. So the fact that we can have them play on the same day with you guys surely must be a step in the right move.
No, 100%. We're so excited to hear that and to hear how happy they were about it. And it's important. I know people love rugby, and I know people of South Africa will take any reason to buy Airy, and that's an opportunity for everybody to go and watch and just go see and get to know them, because I know the South African competition is growing, and I think, yeah, I would really encourage people to go watch them, because at the end of the day, when they go play in the World Cup in the W15, they're representing all of us just like we are doing, and they need the same kind of backing. And I encourage people to go and watch them, and I'm sure it will be a good game against the Barbarians.
Stephen?
Coach, you would have had a front row seat, going back to that 2017 game. Remember, there was an extraordinary passage at the end of the first half, about 10 minutes end to end. And then also, just that one moment that you guys had where there was a little bit of ill discipline, I think, a late charge or something, and then it was 25-24, So, how important would discipline be? And then also boldness, in a way.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of good memories about that game because I wasn't involved in 2017, and probably I've watched that game with Tabu Branavin and Coach.
No. I thought you were on Alistair's management team.
No, I was only involved in 2016, then 2017 I went to the juniors. But yeah, like I said again, if you're playing against the All Blacks, more especially the past couple of games we play against them, I think any team could have still win the games even at the last second. Last week, one step wrong against them, they would have probably put us away and score a winning try at the end because it was very close. And then all the games that we've been playing against them, I think a game that we've probably had clear dominance against them, it was the one at Twickenham. That was the game that we probably pulled away from them. But most of the games against them, it always goes to the last seconds of the game. And I know one thing for sure, with the team they've selected, chances are this goal might also go down there, which is exactly what people deserve, and it's gonna be probably a packed, and I know the vibe in Cape Town people. That's one thing I enjoy about Cape Town crowd is that you can see people are here to have fun, even if sometimes the games are tense, but people will keep on cheering at us, and that's something that picked us up also as a team, So, yeah, memories on 2017. I don't remember much.
Sorry, Coach.
No
Yeah.
problem.
I see also on that score, a Bok win on Saturday would give you 6 wins out of the last 8. Some people may say that's a bit of a stranglehold. As a player and maybe as a squad member, does it feel that way?
I don't know. We don't look or talk too much about those. Just want the Freedom Cup. That's all that you're thinking about. I'll think about what you said another time. Then I'll answer it next time. But we haven't really. Honestly, we haven't. That's why I can't answer it. We haven't spoken about it or thought about it. Our eyes on just this weekend. Then you can ask me all the questions.
Adnan and then Katu, and then is it Kozagas?
Yeah, just to Coach Stick, Rassie spoke in the week about the work that you do, off the ball stuff, and the guys on the field as well as the high ball and so on. If you look at the All Black back three, and how do you see that battle going tomorrow?
So no water?
It's been like this all week.
Yeah, Nandi, like I said again, I think it's clear how they're going to approach the game. If you look at who they've selected, and if you look at the loose trio also, you're looking at the ball players, guys that are short and quick and moving around the park. They'll try to keep the ball in play. And with their back three, for example, if you look at a guy like Clark last week, was probably one of the best players when it comes to finishing, and probably he helps a couple of our guys the way he runs, But for them to make those big calls where they bring back a guy like Siburis and Talia at wing, after a performance like that from the other guys that played last week, then it shows exactly the mindset they're looking for up ahead, and they're talking about covering our kicking game, you know, and those guys, I know Silveris for sure, we coach against them many times, both of his profiles, you know, when it comes to speed, you know, and turning and covering all the kicks behind that backs is one of the best, you know, and once again, probably, they will be desperate to get 5 points, and we know one thing for sure, that's why they've selected those players, because they try and keep the ball in play, so, yeah, it's gonna be a tough one, but once again, I think these are the moments we live for, you know, and once again, to stand in a chance to win that Freedom Cup, I think that is something that we've been talking about, you know. So we'll do everything in our powers, and hopefully we can also contain those guys at the back.
Sia, you mentioned a question about how, you know, Cape Town's a favourite to play, you know, some of the things in the crowd, but Sia, just yesterday Rassie said he remembers playing at Newlands and he got chirped about his kaite playing at Newlands. So just in terms of a Cape Town crowd and the Cape Town vibe, what are some of your, I guess, favourite and most unique things about playing in Cape Town?
It's too much. It's too much to say. I played there for 11 years. This is where I started my professional rugby career, and everything I know I've learned here, obviously, professional world, and some of my good friends I've made here, my family, you know, all started here. It's really a special place. You can't, like if you're a rugby player, wherever you go, people just excited to see you. They're excited to help. Like the other day I went to, I think World Cup, and I was offered some samosas, everything. It's that kind of community where if you go to a mall, or I said the other day, I don't know who I was talking to, if you are out when you're not supposed to be out, people will ask you, what do you need? You know, and I like that, you know, and people don't hold back. It's because people care, you know, people care, and they pitch up. I remember people will fill up where you can't, at Newlands, where you can't sit down, where the standing ticket's packed, you know, and that's how much they love rugby here. And they also don't hold back. If you got like what they said to Rassie, I remember they telling behind the bench, the guys that sit there with the Thomas mask, telling Scara what's wrong with his body. I'll let him tell you what they said, you know. And they chirp us, they tell us if we lose, how, I can't say the words, K-A-K-A, we are. And then, but they show up every weekend. And you know, when we're doing well, you're the best, they said, and the next 2 years, yeah. So it's really, really, really special. It's a different culture, it's a different atmosphere, and I really loved every single moment, and I wouldn't change the way my rugby, you know, grew up here. It's really special, and I know the people of Cape Town know that, and I think Saturday is not going to be any different, and I think if they could be closer to the field, they would have loved us. So they let us know how they feel about how we're playing at the time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it either way.
Good. So,